It's Week 5 of the National Football League, and we'll see the Bears bruising running back. He couldn't have been better last week. Simply an incredible rushing performance. It's the Bears and the Commanders under the lights on Thursday night.
This building holds just north of 80,000, and they have come out in very good numbers today at FedEx Field in Landover, Maryland. And tonight we start Week 5 with a primetime matchup, as it'll be the Chicago Bears taking on the Washington Commanders. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you talk about this Commanders team coming into play here today.
And they've lost 3 straight here, and it goes without saying, I guess, they could certainly use a win.
And how do they get a win? Because they've lost 3.
The Bears offense ready to get back into gear, 4-0 through the first month of the season. And the one to watch is going to be this man, their rookie running back.
He had the game to end all games last week, did he not? I mean, every time we looked up, it seemed like he was in the end zone.
And let's face it, I didn't want to look up. I was enjoying what I was seeing on the field. Now, it's highly unlikely that he does it again, that type of a game. But maybe a couple of touchdowns? I think that's within reach.
Throwing here to start the drive as they connect left side. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. That one goes for 24 yards.
Moore was a huge part of the deal that Chicago made with Carolina, giving up the #1 overall pick in the draft. Averaging over 1,000 yards a season his first 5 years of his career. A tremendous playmaker, and he makes another catch here.
And this is taken in by Darnell Mooney. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 18 more yards there and another first down.
Here we go.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely. Great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that?
On 1st and 10, here's Fields. Now he breaks free in the middle of the field.
Touchdown, Bears! DJ Moore with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year.
And the Bears will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight. Week after week, Charles, when we see this offense operate, I don't know, they just seem to get more impressive.
They certainly do, and let's face it, it's no surprise they're the best in the NFL in scoring.
Chicago works their way back onto the field here for their second drive of the game.
As mentioned, this one of the hottest teams in the NFL, riding that winning streak into this one, but now playing here on Thursday night. Do you think that this helps or hurts their momentum?
Well, ordinarily, I'd say it hurts the momentum because now you get that short week. But when a team's playing as well as they are, it actually allows them to down focus and only worry about themselves and less about their opponent. So when you're playing well, you just worry about the things you're doing well and let the opponent deal with that.
It's a gain of 35.
You can script and diagram plays all you want, but no one really envisions something like that happening this early in the game. How about that run to get things started? Didn't he win NFC Player of the Week last week?
Yeah, he was on fire a week ago, and what a start to this one.
He had no sign of him cooling down at all.
Just like that, out of danger and up past the 40 now for 1st and 10. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And some room to maneuver. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30.
66 yards rushing for him now as he has gotten the night off to a hot start.
He's off to a great start here in this first quarter. It seems like this defense is probably going to have trouble containing him.
I would agree with that. I love the observation. And here's the thing. Their game plan coming to fruition. You knew that they came in thinking that they could run it, and now they're proving that they can and doing it in a big way.
So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10.
Here's a handoff out of the gun. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. The Bears are the perfect 4-0 to start the campaign. They've been playing their best football of the year. Winners are 4 in a row.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. Now we're going to get a stoppage. Appears to be an injured Bear on the field. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment.
Here we go.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. From the gun, they'll try to run it. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards. But also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. That play gets them 6 yards and sets them up with a 1st and goal. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. The Bears with the football. We get set to begin quarter number 2 as they go to work on a 1st and goal.
Here we go.
They'll try to run this one in. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down. Back at the 2 now. Here's 2nd and goal. A play fake. Now Fields to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Bears. Steven Carlson, his first touchdown on the year. And the Bears go coast to coast and finish the drive off with 6 points.
This is where, as a tight end, you've got to really sell that this is a run. They're going to fake the give, hope the linebackers bite, and here they do just enough. That split second, that's all it takes. But
getting set to go again as we look at the back heading onto the field again. And it may just be the 2nd quarter, but he's in his zone, well on his way to eclipsing that 100-yard mark.
And when a back has a game, as we're witnessing right now, his name's going to be in the books, but it's really a collective deal, isn't it? Because that means he's getting plenty of blocking, a lot of help from his teammates, but he's making the most of it.
Yeah, he's made the most of it to this point. On 1st down, it's Fields. This will be caught downfield by Moore. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. 33 yards that time. Now it's Fields. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Carlson. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. Boy, a pair of big plays here. This one going for 29.
You don't always expect tight ends to be big in terms of run after the catch, but after that play, he joins a growing band of players that's putting that stereotype right on its ear.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. 2nd quarter action with 1:59 remaining.
Here we go. Good.
They run a draw here on 2nd down. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. 84 yards rushing now for the NFL leader coming into this ballgame. Here's 3rd and a few inches. They'll try and run this one right up the gut. Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here we go on 4th down. And he won't have the
touchdown, but he will have the first down as he's tackled at the 2. Just a gain of 3, but they'll certainly take it as they convert on 4th down. They'll try to run this one in. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. Give him 2 yards on that one. 2nd and goal now.
Good work there, holding him out on 1st down. And this is going to be a battle down here on the goal line. Can they hold their ground for 2, maybe even 3 more plays?
Here's Fields.
Touchdown! Cole Kmet taking it in.
And the Bears will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Well, just a sensational start for this offense, Charles. 3 drives, 3 passing touchdowns.
Is that like mentioning a perfect game in baseball? Or are we cool to do it here in football, partner?
No, I think you can do it here in football. I think perfect game in baseball, that's its own category.
There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. He's been good. His guys are winning. So far, the recipe working here in the 2nd quarter.
He doesn't like to just tote the rock. He wants to carry his team on his back, and that's what he's done throughout this game.
Yeah, he's done that. He'll be hoping to continue that trend.
Hey, going up right here. Tonight.
Now a 1st down throw, Fields. Now he's loose again. He's on his way.
Touchdown, Chicago!
Justin Fields.
An 80-yard touchdown.
And the Bears are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Boy, Charles, this offense is just so explosive. They lead the league in scoring, and another example of just how good they are right there on that play.
Yeah, we often overstate about how explosive teams are, but this team is truly a threat to score on every snap, especially on the first few plays of any series. And a big strike like that only adds to their reputation as the league's best offense.
So here are the Bears to take over on offense. They're working on a 4-game winning streak, and they lead this one as well right now as they start 1st and 10.
Here we go, son.
To throw is Fields. And this will be caught by Mooney.
And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1 at the 33-yard line.
2nd down and a yard.
11.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Fields
Steps away. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. The improvisation gets him only a couple, but that's all he needed. 1st down.
Partner, even I can figure out who deserves the lion's share of credit for their lead right now because he has been terrific in a dual threat role, really chewing up yardage and getting them points with his legs. Simply put, that defense has had no way of stopping him, and that's why his side is on top.
Meanwhile, Fields' throw there complete to Mooney.
And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Fields now to throw. He'll get that complete to his tight end, Kmet.
It'll go down as a gain of 6, and that's going to bring up 2nd down.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on, catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
On 2nd down, they'll run it here.
Now he's loose down the left sideline.
And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. A great effort there. His 21st touchdown of the season.
And the Bears are able to stretch out their lead. So another touchdown there, and even though we're still just here in the third quarter, kind of hard now to see them giving up this lead.
And this is just an offense that's imposing its will right now. You name it, they're able to do it. If you're the play caller, whatever you want to select is there. You want to run it, you want to throw it, pick a play, any play. They're rocking and rolling right now.
And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field.
Still operating with a comfortable lead despite the score a moment ago as they begin 1st and 10.
Here we go, son. Go.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Fields throw complete here to Komet.
9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
They'll fire deep, looking for more.
It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, Chicago. DJ Moore with his 2nd touchdown of the night.
And the Bears will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the 3rd.
A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. He's up over 100 yards, and he'll be looking to get in the end zone again.
Has a tremendous nose for it, doesn't he? The ability to pile up yardage and find the end zone, that's the combination you want in your runner.
Yeah, it's a combination any coach wants, and we'll see if he can find that end zone once more. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down.
That's to about the 28. 2nd down coming up.
It's a gain of 3 on what will be the final play of this 3rd quarter. 1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now at FedEx Field. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4.
Here we go.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
All right.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead, positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Here we go. Good.
2 yards still to go. 3rd down now. Here's Fields. Pass taken in by his big tight end.
Oh, some strong running. A huge play there for Chicago. 43 yards.
No let up in this passing game. They've been a well-oiled machine throughout. And I actually saw a few guys on the sidelines at the end of the 3rd quarter doing the old hold up 4 fingers college sign, meaning the 4th quarter is ours. And they certainly weren't kidding.
Off play action. Fields.
This is caught. Touchdown Bears.
Darnell Mooney.
A 24-yard touchdown.
And the Bears are well on their way to a 5-0 start as they extend their lead. And you wonder now if he might be able to remove the helmet, put on the baseball cap, and watch the rest of this one from the sideline. His 5th touchdown pass of the game.
Say that again. Did you say 5th touchdown pass of the game?
Yes, sir.
getting set to go again as we look at the back heading onto the field again. He's been a good workhorse. I know we use the word workhorse a lot, but he's been a good workhorse for him in this one.
No doubt about it, and there's nothing wrong with that. That's what you're looking for if you're a back, because that means everything's coming together for you. The big guys up front have created space. You've run through it. You've probably got some help even from the wide receivers who want to catch passes as opposed to block, but they're helping out too.
Yeah, everyone's pitching in. He's had a good game.
143 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on. So fourth quarter, a nice run there to start this drive. Charles, what do you think the split will be here between run and pass?
Well, partner, I think it'll lean towards the run, but this is also not a time where you just totally do that. You still have to possess the ball, move the sticks, and keep the clock moving as well. So they'll run their offense, but yeah, when they have a chance to run it, they'll do that a little bit more.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
I think it's fairly safe to call this game over, but they're still trying to bomb it downfield and add to their lead. Almost makes you start to feel for the defense and root for them a little bit too.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground.
And this will be a Bears first down as he's got this up to the 28-yard line.
And you start to see how comfortable he's getting with this offense. He's understanding his blockers, understanding the playbook a little bit more, understanding his usage rate, and he's really thrived in the first part of the year.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Over the middle, and that's caught by Kmet. Fields to Kmet there for a Chicago first.
Fifth catch of the game for him there.
Yeah, and the tight end position is now becoming a volume pass catcher. Used to be occasional, right? Safety valve, throw one to him every so often, but mainly they want him out there to block. Nowadays, an integral part of the passing game, and they create such great mismatches that they often become the leading receiver.
And a nice gain of 21 yards. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. And they have just about put this one on ice as they've got it here, 1st and 10. In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out because this one, it was over a long time ago.
And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 19.
18 yards on that one, and Chicago has the first.
Well, this one probably not the close game you would expect or hope to see in prime time, CD, but of course, that wasn't their intent in preparing for this one. They said they felt like their offense was ready to put up some points, and
they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
the Chicago offense set to get started. And it's looking all the more likely that a 5th straight win is going to be in the cards. They'll try to run some time here with a 1st and 10. Now they show jet sweep, but instead a run up the middle here.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Well, partner, under the lights in primetime, this offense, they gave the nation quite a show, putting up that many points to come away with what will certainly be a memorable win for them.
And, Brandon, I think it's as simple as this. Some players, some teams, they're just meant for the big stage. And when they get a chance to play in this type of atmosphere, where all eyes are on them and all the lights are shining brightly, they show up and they show out.
So for Chicago, their strong September has carried over to October as they move to 5-0. And they'll get a few extra days to get ready for next week.
Meanwhile, for Washington,
they'll fall to 1-4 with a loss. And they'll try to turn it around next week as they head to Atlanta for a matchup with the Falcons.